In this video, I'll be rebuilding Gymshark's affiliate program from scratch. Now, this will help you if you want to make more sales with your affiliate program. You want to have more consistency of these sales while you're putting in less effort, and you want to see compounding growth. Now, I've done this for over 20 plus companies over the last 2 years, and I've come to learn what works and doesn't work. This will again be a theoretical practice exercise, and you can take away some valuable knowledge. So let's dive right in. This will consist of 7 steps. The first is we're going to plan out a system for outreach. The second is we're going to start finding people who are tagging our company, and we're going to do this systematically so we don't have to do it manually. Then we're going to be creating custom landing pages. That way, each of your affiliates converts much better and they also retain for longer. I'll show you how to set up the link tracking, and this can also be an improvement, right? If you already know this, you can just skip this part. And then from there, an unorthodox way to doing outreach, how to do a gifting box, and the most important part, how to retain these affiliates and make them more engaged so they keep posting you every month. The first thing to finding affiliates. This is one of the easiest things to do. And you're going to go through your company page, your Instagram page. You're going to go on the /tagged, and these people who are already posting about you are going to be your main sources. These are going to be the people who already love your company. They took the time to post, right? So now what you want to do is reach out to them. Now you can see here, just looking at it, there's a lot of people who don't get a lot of likes. What you want to do is find people with a bit more likes than average. But you can see doing this will take a very long time manually. So instead, you can systematically do this. If you copy the URL and head on over to Appify, what you're going to be able to do is scrape thousands of profiles automatically. So you're going to open it, got my tab limiter, open it up. This is the link. I have this template, by the way, this exact slideshow in the description. So now once you're here, what you're going to do is go on form and you're going to put in your company's URL. Now, once you bought your company's URL, you can select scrape profile mentions. An Appify account will cost $50 a month. And what you will be paying for is $2 per 1,000 results, which is great if you ask me. Then from there, you can put max results 10,000 per URL. You get 10,000 posts. Now from there, once you run it, so let's just run it for 10 posts, perfect, just like this. So we're going to run it for 10 posts, and you're going to see that it's going to pull in those people that tagged us. It's going to pull in their profiles. And we're actually being able to filter this by followers, by how many views they get, how many likes they get. And this will help us decide if they're worth reaching out to. So now from there, what you can do is you can send them this outreach message. Typically, you'll get a junior on your team to send out these messages, or you can hire a VA in the Philippines for $500 a month, and they'll send out 20, 30 of these messages through Instagram DMs per day. It goes along the lines of this. Start with, hey, their name, then a personalized line. A lot of people don't do this, and what this will do is really take your response rates down dramatically. People see it's a regular outreach message and they're not going to reply. Now, the next thing is a little bit of storytelling about your company. Now, this is great because people love to relate with companies that actually have a mission, they have values. And then from there, with any affiliate, what you want to do is start by seeding the product. Tell them you'll send it out to them without cost. Now, if you followed the right step before and you fetched the data, so these are all the profiles, by the way, you can see the caption, you can see the post. Most importantly, you can see their profile name, right? You can see likes. So from there, what you'll be able to do is just download this, export as a CSV. You're going to be able to load it up in a Google Sheet, and then you can just sort it from most likes to least likes, right? Most likes, those are the people you're going to reach out to first, and you're going to give an offer like this. Then from there, instead of just saying, hey, what's your address? I'd love to hear a little bit more about your stories. You're inviting, you're opening some storytelling from their end. Now, here's another template we used if you'd like to copy it. Again, this is all in the description. Now, the reason this outreach works is because it's personalized and there's no pressure. If you put pressure and you say, can you post this for this amount? They might feel like they're selling out to their audience. And if this is a creator who values their audience, they're not going to want to do that. So from here, we're going to open this up in a Google Drive. I'm going to take this, and where did it download? Not download. Okay, there we go. Cool. So now that we've opened it in Google Sheets or the equivalent, You can see we've got a bunch of information here, but the only thing we would really care about is finding the likes. And then you'd be able to sort those likes. So here we have, or comments. Here's likes. Okay, there you go, likes count. Then simply what you can do is sort this. Google Sheets, the sort button. There you go, A to Z. Perfect. So there you go. This person has 8 likes. Not a lot because it only fetched 10 people, but you can imagine out of thousands, you'd have a couple people that are clearly overperforming. Now from here, like I mentioned, you want a junior member to reach out through Instagram DMs. So you're going to have access to their profile. So what you can do is quite simply, you got their profile over here, profile URL. So wherever the profile URL is, it should be somewhere here. You'll be able to open it up in Instagram and then you'll be able to directly message them. Now make sure when you do this, you send between 20 to 30 maximum messages per day. Otherwise, you may get blocked on Instagram. However, if you have different employee accounts, you can use multiple accounts and then this limit would obviously be higher. Now, the next thing you can do is send a PR box. Now, a PR box is one of the best ways to leave a positive impression on an influencer because when they actually get a product, not only do they remember of your brand when they receive it, but they remember of your brand every time they use the product, every time they see the box, every time they, for whatever reason, they constantly see it, right? If it's a nice box, especially, maybe if they're reusing it for something else. Now, a couple things to consider. There's this company called Packlane, and they make very good boxes, but they do have a limitation on how custom you can make it. Typically, if you go to your 3PL provider, they might be able to either make a plain craft mailer or a custom printed mailer. A custom printed mailer is your best bet because it looks a lot nicer, right? Custom printed mailers, this is Packlane, by the way, they look along the lines of something like this, right? So looks a lot nicer than just, a small regular box like this. And you'd obviously want to order in bulk, right? You don't just want to order one box at a time. Although you could do one as a sample, but it will cost you a lot. Then from there, once you have the box at your 3PL provider, they can either do the packing, you can arrange this, and basically it'll just act as a subscription bundle where they'd have the box and then add one product, second product, handwritten note, or you can bring it to your own warehouse and do it yourself. Now you want a handwritten note. Now you could either do this by printing something that looks like with real font, but this can still look fake. It's better to use a service like Handwritten. It says misspelled, I believe it's with 2 T's. And what this will do is actually handwrite notes with a robot. So people see it and they think it's actually real, just like this. This takes response rates through the roof because imagine getting a handwritten note from the CEO of a mid-sized brand. Converts people like crazy. So this has been one of the best techniques that we've used. Yes, it will cost you $3 per note, but if you're only reaching out to 100 influencers, in total, the gifting campaign would cost you $500 to $1,000. Product, box plus note, and that's considering you don't have a high ticket product. If you do, the game is a little bit different. And in that case, you can do less personalization because you have a really big product. This is, for example, like a sauna or a cold plunge tub, something really big that people would appreciate. But if you do have a product under $300 that you're gifting, you want to go through this. You want to go through the personalized box. You want to go through the handwritten note. People are going to see it and they'll appreciate it much, much more. Now from there, this was just me talking about the assembling. Now remember, once they receive the product, you'll see it through the shipment carrier. You want to send them a message and ask them how they liked it. If they liked it, they'll post naturally and you just send them an affiliate link and they'll put that in. This doesn't have to be a hard ask, right? Now you'll notice that out of all the people that you see, there'll be around 50%. 50% will actually want to post it. You won't have to ask them. They'll just make the post. Most of the time, these are the influencers you want to keep working with anyways. Now from there, with these influencers that did post, you want to start building up connections. There's a couple ways to do this. One way is to add them to a Slack community. The other is to host an event. If you have company offices internationally, you can take a city where a lot of influencers are located, host an event at a local bar. You can simply make an Eventbrite. You can make an Eventbrite list, sort of like this one here, and just put it at a bar, right? You don't have to rent out the bar because the bar loves getting customers and it's a bar anyway, so people can walk around and always talk. And yeah, this is one of the best ways that you can get a lot of people coming to the event, a lot of influencers coming to the event, And you only want to do this in big cities though, right? Small cities won't have enough volume typically. Now from here, these are just some ideas on how you can find the event venue. So for example, in Toronto, you can search up fashion district, or for example, if you're trying to find it in your city, what you can do is search up fashion district plus name of your city, or bars plus name of your city. If you do have a lot of people, potentially call the venue beforehand, just get confirmation. Another thing you can do is make a promotional post on your Instagram and then tag a couple of influencers. They'll see it, they might repost it, and there's your virality loop. Again, what you want to do is have a good retention system. Now, the retention system, one of the most important parts, is best done when you consistently message them on their birthdays, holidays, special events. Have a junior assistant keep track of this, or have a VA keep track of this and send them templated messages that you make once. If you want the templated messages, just comment down below template and I'll send them your way. Now let's actually break down some monthly inputs. If you have 500 affiliates per month, $50 cost per affiliate, so total a product seeding cost of $25,000 per month. And let's say your junior staff, $5,000 per month. This brings your total monthly cost to $30,000. Now remember, not every affiliate is the same. You'll have some low performers, around 50%. They actually underperform. Then you'll have some mid performers who make decent growth, but nothing crazy. Then you'll have the great performers, which have 100x ROAS. And yes, if you do the right vetting, this is easily possible because you're only paying for the cost of the product. So your total monthly revenue could be around $500,000 if you execute the past parts correctly, you have the personalized gift, you have all those things in place, you make sure the influencer is right, you make sure their size is right. This number is easily achievable. So effectively, bottom line, you can easily get a over 10x, 15x ROAS, with this case being a 15x ROAS in this hypothetical situation. Now, the reason this model works is because you're basing it on relationships, you're focused on micro influencers, you're focused on a scalable system, and you're using data. So if this was helpful, and this gave you some insight on another alternative to building Gymshark's affiliate program, feel free to follow for more. I'll see you in the next one.